Hello, my lovely little artists. Today we are going to be drawing ourselves an awesome dancing giraffe. This is what it should look like when it's finished, but let's start at the beginning with step 1. We should have a piece of paper, a pencil to draw with, and your paper should be going the tall way, vertically, because giraffes are super duper tall. Okay, I'm going to start near the top of my paper. I've still got some room left, but near the top, I'm going to do a sideways U shape. I'll add his horns. They're not going to be sharp horns. They have 2 straight lines and a little bump, little muffin top up there. Then I'm going to add an ear to my giraffe. This is going to be kind of a leaf shape or a football shape. Let's make the giraffe's neck. My giraffe's neck is going to be curving. It's not going to be straight because we want movement in this artwork. Now we're going to add a body. Normally giraffe bodies would go out to the side, but our giraffe is dancing and he's going to be standing on one of his hind legs. So his body is going to go vertically. For the back leg that he's standing on, I'm going to draw 2 bumps, and that's the upper section of his leg, and then 2 straight lines connecting to the ground. Don't forget to finish off that little hoof at the bottom. Oh, there at the bottom. Then I'll add another leg, but this one's going to be kicking up in the air. We want a lot of movement and energy in this. So let's start with that upper portion of the leg with 2 little curves. And then some straight lines that go way up in the air. Don't forget to finish off that hoof. If you don't nail this right off the bat, you can always use your eraser to fix your mistake. Let's draw his upper arms. If you want them going forward, you can. If you want them going backward, you can. It's up to you. I think I'm going to have his arms going this way. So that back arm is going to start with a V shape. But that's not a thick enough arm for our giraffe. No, thank you. Let's add another line next to it to thicken it up. And a happy little hoof, waving in the air like he just doesn't care. Okay, we've got 3 legs, but we need 4. So let's give him 1 more. All right, now let's add our giraffe's face. My giraffe is going to have closed eyes, like he is relaxed and he is focusing on listening to the music. I also just gave him 2 little nostrils and a little smile. Once you have the face done, we can add the mane and tail. The mane is just going to be little bumps that are right next to the back of his neck, going from the ear to the arms. Now let's give him a tail. I'm going to make him swishing his tail around and it's going to be curved. But I don't want it to be that thin. I'm going to add another line right next to it to thicken it up a little bit. Let's add a tuft of hair at the end. just like real giraffes have. We're getting close, my friends. I see a couple lines that we don't actually need. Let's erase this one and this one, where his legs overlap with his body. These are his front legs, the ones that come in front of his body, so we don't need the body of his line in front of those legs. They're overlapping. Okay, now let's add a very simple background that'll be fun to color in later. I'm going to start with a moon because my giraffe is dancing by the light of the moon. It'll be a nice full moon, beautiful. And then down here by his legs, I'm going to draw a straight line across. This line is going to separate the ground from the sky. It's our horizon line. Now that we have our giraffe drawn and our background done, we can add our giraffe's spots. Giraffes have these really different patterns on them. It's not exactly polka dots, and it's not exactly perfect squares and triangles. They're kind of blobby, organic shapes that are roughly like triangles and squares. Give it a try. Okay, now that my giraffe has its spots and we've drawn everything we need to draw with pencil so that we can correct mistakes, now I can outline it using a black marker. Now the next step is going to be coloring using crayons and markers. Crayons and markers. The cool thing about using both crayons and markers at the same time is that the wax in the crayon is going to push away the water in the ink of the marker. It's kind of like watercolor resist. Check it out. A super special effect that you can do while using crayons and markers is with your white crayon. I would recommend putting white on your moon. And if you want to add any stars in your sky, you can do little circular dots. Now I know they don't show up very well right now, but once you add marker, it'll look something like this, where the wax in that white crayon pushed away the blue marker. I also did that in my grass with yellow crayon and green marker. Try it out. Have fun, my friends. Goodbye.